this week on Steel Horse Thunder.
How many motorcycles do you think that you've had over all these years?
I think I had 10 through the years and never had a Harley.
We get a chance to talk with the Motor Maids.
This is Vera Griffin. She was a charter member, and we have laid a brick for her, and it will always be a big memory here.
And then we head out to Lucas Oil Raceway Park and get a look at some amateur drag racing. I get my fun watching somebody else do the crazy stuff.
Steel Horse is brought to you by Leidendorf Law, with over 60 years experience in motorcycle and automotive injury cases.
Don't look now. Crambo's isn't just paint. It's your one-stop shop for motorcycle gear, parts, and service. Crambo's, voted the Indy A-List #1 motorcycle shop 2 years running, has expanded with the state-of-the-art diagnostic equipment for tuning your fuel-injected Harley and a new paint facility to make your bike stand out from all the others. Crambo's also has a new retail area complete with leather, chrome, audio, and all your parts and service needs. Crambo's, voted #1 for a reason.
The attorneys at Leidendorf Law have over 100 years of experience in personal injury and wrongful death litigation. Call us at Leidendorf Law. Leidendorf Law, like family, because we are.
We're down in Lawrence County, which is, most people know it as where the boogie's at. The boogie, yeah, that's where we're at right now, down in Lawrence County. Saturday afternoon, a little windy, a little chilly, a little rainy. Cindy, what do you got us out here for?
Well, it's the Indiana Motorcycle Memorial that we're at, and we are waiting on the Motor Maids to get here because one of their charter members passed away through the winter. So we're waiting on them. They're going to be placing a brick here, and it's too bad it's a miserable day, but they'll be here soon, so it'll be a nice time.
And as you know, all of our charity rides are sponsored by 36 Saloon out in Rockville, Indiana. It is Indiana's motorcycle premier destination. You've got to get out there and check this place out if you haven't been there yet. And if you've already been out there, I know you're going to be going back because it's that cool with the outdoor hog pit where you can hang out with your buddies riding and stuff. And or if you're bringing the family, go inside, family dining. It's just a great place. They got bars, they got cooks and grills on the inside, on the outside, a stage outside. You got to check this place out. Rockville, Indiana's 36 Saloon, Indiana's motorcycle premier destination. Make sure you get there. And I'm going to cut this short because I believe I hear the motorcycles coming right now. I think we better get out of the way.
Let's get out of the way.
We're here today honoring our past with the Motor Maids. This is Vera Griffin. She was a charter member, and we have laid a brick for her, and it will always be a big memory here. So she's the one of 51 ladies that got out there and got all this Motor Maid thing started. And now there's close to, a little over 1,300 now that are riding in the United States and Canada. And back then in 1940, they had to be their own mechanic. If they had to change a tire, they had to do it themselves. And the whole time they had to be ladies. And so these ladies are the ones that, there weren't interstates, there wasn't state roads. So a lot of cornfields, I think, got right through them. So, but that's what we're doing today, and we're honoring Vera Griffin.
We are the Indiana Motor Maids, and we're here today to lay a brick at the memorial in Lawrence County. Beside me are two of our Golden Life members who knew our charter member, Vera Griffin. Miriam Leisure, we call her Berger. She has been in 70 years, and she rode with Vera quite a bit when Vera was alive. And beside me on my left is Dottie Bridgeford, who lives down closer to Vera and rode with her for several years also. I'm probably the newest member of these three. I've been in for 49 years. I had the privilege of riding with Vera, I would say from the time I joined until she passed away. She and I went to Sierra Vista, Arizona together. I had our 2-year-old daughter in the sidecar with me, and just kind of a funny, Vera always led. And we went into this one town, and she turned on a one-way street. Well, with me riding sidecar, I couldn't turn on that street. So, but I did. I turned on it anyway, and I got stopped. And the gentleman that stopped us said, the man in front of you turned around and went back. And I said, yes, but with this sidecar rig, I can't turn around on a narrow street as well as she can. Well, it was our luck that he stopped us because there were storms moving in. We were in La Junta, Colorado, and there were storms moving in, and he told us that we were not going any further than the edge of town and getting a motel because the road we wanted to take was 70 miles with no accessories on it. So we turned around and went out to the main road and stopped for the night. So we are going to lay this brick in honor of Vera and all the other Motor Maids coming behind her.
All right, Sugar, we're out here today. You guys have placed this brick for Vera. Tell me what it is that you guys are doing today.
We're here to honor the start of the Motor Maids, which was started in 1940. Vera was one of our charter members here in Indiana. There was only about maybe 5 or 10 charter members in the whole country, and we were lucky enough to have one here in Indiana.
How exactly do you become a charter member?
A charter member is a lady that has, when they first started the club, they started it in 1940. They went around the country. Dot Robertson started the club in 1940, and around the country in that next year, and women that joined within that year became charter members of the club.
So you have been a Motor Maid for how long?
I'm in my 49th year. I will be 50 years in 2020.
I bet you've done a lot of riding, haven't you?
I have. I've rode with Vera a lot, and I think of all of my motorcycles, I've done over 850,000 miles on a cycle.
Holy moly. So is there anything that you can remember about you and Vera going on? Is there any trip in particular that you can remember?
There's a lot of trips. Vera and I would travel, and we would take my daughter, who was 2 when she first got in the sidecar, and we've gone to Sierra Vista, Arizona. We've gone to Steamboat Springs, Colorado. Rhode Island.
Okay, I have to just stop you a minute. You took your daughter with you in the sidecar?
Yes, I took my daughter in the sidecar. The one trip that we made to Steamboat Springs, Colorado, Vera wanted to ride Pikes Peak, and there were storms moving in, and I said, I'm not taking my sidecar up the peak. And she said, okay. It was about 10 minutes later they started to close the amusement park that's at the bottom of Pikes Peak. And they started telling everybody to move out of the area. Well, we were in, when we got back out to the highway, the interstate was closed. So we had to go into Colorado Springs to find a motel room for the night. And the hail was about the size of a baseball.
Wow.
I was okay, but Vera was kind of riding solo bike, and with the water on the ground, I was really kind of a little bit leery of her being in the water so much.
So you guys didn't get hit by any of those, did you?
Oh, yes, we did. Yeah, we couldn't avoid them.
You usually can't.
No. I covered my daughter up in the sidecar. She snuggled down in, and we rode down out of the Pike Peak area, and then found a room, and we were told it was the last room in Colorado Springs that night.
Dorothy, you are a part of the Motor Maids. I hear you've been riding for 53 years. Tell me about your adventures. And I know you rode with Vera, right?
Right, yes. Many times, really. I can't really particular know. One time we was riding to Wisconsin, and the girls was riding ahead, and Vera was lagging way back. And I finally rode up to them. I said, if you don't slow up, you're going to lose Vera. So we was riding in the rain, and the trucks were passing us, and it wasn't good weather at all, But that was one thing. I can't remember now. We was at her 80th birthday in Columbus, and just nonchalantly just riding a little bit of everywhere. Yeah.
So you did a lot of riding with her with that.
Yeah, sure have. Yeah.
So what is it that the Motor Maids do?
We have different groups that meet. We have an annual convention once a year. This year it's in California. We try and help out with the AMA and different local charities and that type of thing. Yeah.
What do you want to know?
I want to know how long you've been a motor maid.
70 years.
Oh my goodness! How did you do that?
Well, let's see. I went to. Hell, I don't know. Went to the tram shop.
Okay, you went to the tram shop and you found out about these motor maids.
Well, the mechanic's wife knew about the motor maids, and so we had our own club, and it was both sex, and we had a clubhouse out the gravel pit, and we rode up and down that, and then motor maids, I went to a few conventions with them. 3 girls, Donna Lou Miller and Grace Hall. And when we got out to Elkhart, they claimed that Vera and I got caused the trouble, had all the glasses out of the restaurant. And another time, Vera and Donna Lou and my husband and I went out to Sturgis. A long time ago, they had cabins. Of course, there's a little few motor maids, but when it gets bigger, you don't know everyone, and it's something else.
Yeah. Well, I am sure that you have seen a lot over your days. How many motorcycles do you think that you've had over all these years?
I think I had 10 through the years, and never had a Harley.
You know what? And we're not going to dog you for that, because it doesn't matter what you ride as long as you ride. You know that, don't you?
Yeah, but back in my days, we rode bikes, and we didn't have to stop at the Harley shop like the girls do today. Another time, that was after my husband passed away, I was riding the girls. We was going to a convention. I don't know where. And I was on my husband's trike. He had that there speed thing that you put your finger on, and
Cruise control.
You a bike
Cruise
rider?
control. My bike doesn't have it.
Well, you're missing it. And I went out there to Columbus, Indiana. I went down to Revi. There's a semi there, and I'm passing him. Here comes a car on the ramp, and I didn't knock off that cruise control, and I went down an embankment, and I heard click, click, and up and head towards the cars. There wasn't very many, and I got off on the berm. Then I turned around, and here comes Eldon, Marge's husband, and this other couple. What happened, I think, he was coming on the ramp too quick, and his wife says, "There's a motorcycle." So these men, they get all panicky.
Yeah.
Like that.
Yeah.
Motorcycle riders want the freedom of the open road. Unfortunately, other motorists often do not give riders the proper attention the law requires. Call us at Leidendorf Law. Like family, because we are. You have been injured in an automobile collision, and suddenly your vocabulary has been expanded to include terms totally unfamiliar to you. We know accidents can be overwhelming to the injured victims and their families. You know you can put your trust in the familiar faces of Ladendorf Law. We take care of you and your family so that you can focus on recovering from your injuries. Ladendorf Law, like family, because we are.
Rebecca, you are Southside Harley-Davidson featured woman rider, and I want to hear your story because you have kind of a unique story. You just started riding. You have a great bike. Tell me about this bike and tell me about how you learned to ride.
I grew up on dirt bikes and four-wheelers and stuff, and last summer my son got himself a bike and talked me into getting my own so we could ride together, and so I've been riding for a year, getting ready to go through my course at the Westside Harley-Davidson in June, so I'm looking forward to it, and I'm liking the feel of riding on my own. So you're on this Kawasaki. Is this your first brand new bike? Yep, my first brand new bike outside of a dirt bike. Well, that is pretty cool. Is there anything that you're going to plan on doing to this, or are you going to leave it like it is for a while? We're putting saddlebags on it, but basically leaving it the way it is, and looking forward to stepping up to a different bike someday. Someday, give it a few months. Yeah. That way you can get used to this one. Right. And you said you haven't even been through the course yet? Nope. I got my beginners right now, and getting ready to go through the actual course at the Westside Harley-Davidson. Well, you're going to love that because they teach you so much about riding and just things that you need to know. So I'm glad to hear that you're going to be going through that. Today's your first charity ride also, right? Exactly. So I was looking forward to it when it came up, and I work here part-time with Donna, and asked her if I could ride and stuff like that, and she said sure can, and so I'm really looking forward to it, and so's my son. So your son's riding also today? Yep. Well, I'm so excited for you. I just love it. I'm so excited. You are going to do awesome. Have a great time today on this ride, and thank you for being out here with us, and just enjoy many miles on your bike. All right, thank you. Thank you.
This is a standard lawyer commercial. This is a dramatic shot of me walking down the hallway. This is a stage scene of me talking to clients, even though they're not actual clients. This is the closing shot in my office, where I say my catchphrase, looking professional and confident. Look, all lawyer commercials are the same, but not all lawyers are the same. Ladendorf Law has been involved in the motorcycle community for over 35 years, with many more years to come. Ladendorf Law, like family, because we are.
People talk about your one-stop shop. Well, Flat Out Motorsports is definitely a one-stop shop.
Maybe you like to hit the streets on two wheels, whether you're a touring guy, whether you're a cruising guy, or maybe you like the sport bikes.
If you'd rather play in the dirt, there's four wheels or there's two wheels.
Or maybe you've gotten to that point where you're ready for an extra wheel. They got the Can-Am Spyder and the ever-so-cool Slingshot.
Or maybe you don't like the dirt or the road, then you can get on the water. Take this baby for a ride.
No matter what you need, no matter what brand you like to ride, all the safety gear, helmets, whatever you're looking for, it's all right here under one roof. And with the used motorcycle sales, you can pretty much find any kind of motorcycle you like. Hey man, we're out here at Lucas Oil Raceway. We got drag racing going on, grudge matches going on. It's a Friday night. We got all sorts of testosterone going on. And So we're going to have a good time, man. We're going to go talk to some of these racers, find out a little bit more about how you could come out here on your bike and take it down this famous track. So why don't we say, let's go racing, boys. All right, man, I'm getting to do something that not everybody gets to do. I'm standing right here, man. I'm in the middle of the track, the famed Indianapolis drag strip here. This is really cool. Casey, first of all, thank you so much for inviting us out here. And tell me a little bit what's going on. It's a Friday evening here. We're fortunate we have sunshine. It's temperature's probably about perfect. Just a little windy, but what can we expect tonight?
Yeah, so you're on basically the starting line of the famed starting line of the U.S. Nationals, Lucas Oil Raceway. Tonight what we're hosting is kind of a Friday night grudge and street night. This is an opportunity for folks throughout central Indiana to bring out their cars, their bikes, and see what they can do on the quarter mile. Race against your friends, just a test and tune if you want to see kind of what your bike has from a performance standpoint, or maybe it's your first time coming out here, going through licensing passes, checking out new parts and pieces. This is the night that folks are able to do that.
All right, and how often do you do a Friday night thing?
So this is our first one of the season. Our next one is May 17th, and we're looking to potentially add more throughout the year. We also have a Wild Wednesday, which is pretty much every Wednesday night throughout the season. Similar in tone to the fact that it's a test and tune all night. Folks that are brand new novices, never been down a drag strip, can bring their bike or even their street car out here and go down this track. Yeah, pretty cool.
And that's something that Cindy is been wanting to do. And, we talk with Shaky and stuff, and he's like, come on out, I'll show you what to do. And, and those kind of nights, and I guess tonight too, it's your own personal vehicle. You get to bring it out. I mean, obviously walking through the parking lot, there's obviously not all of them are street machines, but you can actually just bring your own vehicle out here, and whether it's a car or motorcycle, and run it down the track.
Yeah, one of the neat things about being here in Indianapolis is the fact that you've got professional teams right down the street. So when you come out here, you may see the bike or the car that might be in the shop next to you or the garage next to you, or you might see a top fuel dragster out here making licensing passes, test and tune passes. You never know what you're going to see out here. Professional motorcycle racers are out here on a Wednesday night, sometimes just shaking down bikes. So it is nice, but it's also a very low-key atmosphere where you can come out here, learn the basics of drag racing. I always say it's the first game that you learn when you're young is ready, set, go. This is just kind of at a new level.
That's true.
Yeah.
You just ran down the track, so I thought I saw 152 or something like that. Tell me a little bit about the run.
Yeah, it was a pretty good run. 152. We got a terrible wind out here today at Raceway, Lucas Oil Raceway Park, and the wind just cut us back probably about 2, 3, maybe even 4 mile an hour on the big end of the track. But other than that, it ran good. We hope for a good pass. We're gonna have to dial in off our last pass, our best pass.
Now, explain what it's like, because I know when you're going down this track, you have grandstands on both sides. Then it's like open field. Is that where the wind hits you?
Yes, sir. It's pretty smooth until when you pass the grandstands. You got to kind of maneuver the body on the bike, kind of work the bike with the body, and kind of hang in there and just stay as low as you can and fight the wind.
So now you're qualified and everything else. Explain to people that aren't familiar with racing what that means to qualify, and you put yourself down at a certain bracket or whatever.
Well, what you'll do, you'll take your best pass on your practice passes, and you'll take the best one, which today I think we go today, 924. So we're going to probably put a 920 on the bike. Now you'll line up next to somebody else that does the same thing, depending on what their bike had run. If they ran an 890, they might put an 889 on, which means I get to go first. He's got to catch me and not go faster than what he put on his motorcycle.
So if he goes faster than what he put down, then he's actually kind of like breaking out or whatever.
Yes, that's called a breakout. If he goes too fast trying to catch me, he broke out and he's finding the straps. He's going home. Or if you don't get to the stripe first, then you'll end up going home. The object is get to the stripe, the wind light, and stay within your time.
That's awesome. Well, it's fun coming out here to watch you race and everything else. But I know you're a lot more involved in this now, like on the Wednesday nights, and just I know we talked a little bit about it there at the Motorcycle Expo earlier this year. So what can people expect on a Wednesday night?
Okay, Wednesday night, if you enjoy motorcycles and you want to get out here and do it legally, and I'll stress that legally, no tickets, and if something were to happen, there's an ambulance on site, take care of you. Great fun. Scott's wife Cindy, she's going to get her jacket on, and I'm going to get her out here one way or the other, and she's going to go down and have fun.
That she will. She's been dying to do this, and I know this is the year we're definitely going to make it happen. So I'm looking forward to that. You know, I say it all the time. I get my fun watching somebody else do the crazy stuff. I'm perfectly content sitting back drinking a beer or cold soda or anything than getting out there and doing the crazy stuff.
Well, in 2016, the Lord, I had a bad heart attack. The Lord, kept me doing this, and I love it.
It's your life. It's obviously your life. And on Wednesday nights, you're actually out here helping other people that are coming out for the first time, correct?
Oh, yeah, me and Big T and Bill and Tony, we come out here and give a helping hand to anybody that wants. We're not here to tell you what to do. We're here to help. You know, we got to get people involved, because one of these days I'm going to join you for sit back and have a Coke and a smile and relax. I'm not getting any younger, but I'm still having fun.
Well, we're out here at Lucas Oil Raceway. We got some drag racing going on, little cars, motorcycles. What brings you out?
Running the bike, just coming out doing some test passes and trying to help Mike get the bike count up, and just trying to build a class out here with them.
And what kind of bike do you guys run?
Run the 05 Hayabusa right there. Yep.
Pretty quick?
Yeah, it runs all right. It's a brand new setup, so we're just trying to get it dialed in. We're hoping to be able to run 880s with it. So, yep.
So how long have you been doing this?
15, 16, probably 20 years. Cars, bikes, I've done a little bit of everything. And this my son, he races also. He races a junior dragster.
Oh, is that right?
So, yep. And then I've got an older son that's in the Marines currently, and he races bikes when he's home. It's kind of a family deal.
So, yeah, I was going to say, it's in the family. You must make good money.
I work hard. Yes, I do okay.
Because I know, I was going to say, I know this can't be cheap, but...
Wise man told me the only way to become a millionaire in racing is start out as a billionaire. There's a lot of truth to that.
Is that right?
Yeah. You got to do it because you love it, not for the money.
Tony, now I understand, kind of have a unique story here. You used to race, and for whatever reason, you stopped, and now you're back to racing again. So tell me a little bit about your racing career.
Well, about 20 years ago, I raced out here, and life gets in the way, and you kind of stop. And about a year ago, kind of did some pit work for Shaky and Shaky Racing. Kind of got the bug back in me.
Yeah.
So my better half, Rebecca Patterson, said, you know what, let's buy a bike, put it together, let's go racing again. It's what you love, let's do it. So that's what we did.
That's cool.
Yeah.
And so you guys put this bike together over the winter, and now you're back out here. How many passes have you made this year?
We made, this will be our 4th pass.
Okay.
So after 20 years, it feels pretty good.
I'm known in the Motor Maids as Sugar.
Sugar Mama.
You could hear that okay? Everything was good? Yep. All right. All right, man, we're at... What is it? Lucas Oil. I know, because I still call it IRP.
I know, I do too.
Well, we're just... All right, I'm ready this time. Don't screw it up again, okay? All right, you got it?
Camera guy.